He punched his son in the stomach more than once to show him what his younger brother is feeling. My name is Alex. I'm 32. And I just got off the phone with my older brother, the man who was my childhood protector. This isn't the man who once stood up for me against a world of bullies. This is a stranger who has weaponized our past and turned our legacy of survival into a cycle of brutal violence.
The call started so normally, a simple check-in. He was telling me about the new house he's getting, all the new tech he was putting in. He started talking about door codes and key cards. It seemed so normal, just the detail about a new home. I felt that familiar sense of comfort, like we were just two brothers talking. I didn't know the tech stuff was a kind of trap, a lock for his own family. It felt good to hear his voice, like it always did, a reminder of when he was my hero. He went on about the tech, almost a prison, he said, laughing. The phrase didn't sit right. He started talking about keeping the kids apart, one of his wife's kids and one of his from a past marriage. He was putting these door codes everywhere so they could never be in the same part of the house without him watching. I could almost hear the sterile metallic click of a key card in my head. My throat felt tight, like it was closing up. I started to get a bad feeling. It was more than just tech stuff. It was a plan, a lock on his own family. It wasn't about security, it was about control. He explained the reason for the codes. There had been issues between the kids, big issues. CPS has been involved. This wasn't a family home, it was a prison for these kids. My unease turned to cold dread. I thought of the lock on his heart, the lock on his empathy. It's like he can't feel what they feel. I just listened, my throat feeling stale and tight. He's not building a home for them. He's building a place to keep them contained, a cage. He spoke about it so casually, like it was a normal thing to do. That's when I knew this was so much worse. He told me what the issues were. There had been a sexual assault, molesting, all of that. He said CPS got involved and the kids went to counseling and inpatient therapy. I just listened, the phone heavy in my hand. I couldn't believe it. He said it all so casually, like he was talking about the weather. It was a Trojan horse of a phone call. I thought we were just talking about tech. Instead, he dropped this bomb on me. This whole new house with all its locks and codes wasn't a quirk. It was a cage to keep a secret.
He kept talking, explaining why he was doing this. The younger one tattled, he said. That's why the older kid was bullying him now. It was like he was blaming the victim. The younger boy was being punished for speaking up, for telling the truth. It just made my stomach hurt. I thought of how many times I was told to just deal with it when I was a kid. He was supposed to be a hero, not someone who punishes a child for getting help. It all felt so backwards. The whole story was twisted. It was a sick kind of justice. He told me his oldest son was truly sociopath stuff. He said the kid couldn't understand he did anything wrong. It's like my brother has already given up on him. He's written him off, decided he's a monster. I thought of a time he stood up for me on the playground. It's my emotional anchor, the memory I hold on to. The person in that memory is not the person on the phone. This isn't a father trying to help his son. It's a man punishing a kid he thinks is broken, a child who is trapped. That's when the conversation got even worse. He just said it, so casually. He punched the older boy in the stomach more than once to show him what his younger brother is feeling. I swear I could hear the distant, echoing sound of a punch in my head. He had no remorse. It was like he was talking about doing a chore. My stomach dropped. The man on the phone, the man who was my hero, was now the very thing he fought against. It was a complete betrayal. He wasn't just a protector, he was a bully too, a far worse one. He kept defending himself. The only way to stop a bully is to bully them back, he said. It's the most twisted thing I've ever heard. It's what he told me as a kid, when he was my emotional anchor and he stood up for me. It was what he believed, and I'd always thought it was right. But now, coming from him, it felt like a total lie. It felt like a perverted version of our past. I felt a sickening shift inside me. The man I knew was gone. He was someone else now. The call had become a prison, a lock on all the memories I had. He just kept talking, like it was nothing. I sat there in silence. He's 16 hours away. A 16-hour drive. I used to think that was just a number. Now it feels like a physical thing between us. A giant wall. He's on the other side of it, and he's not my brother anymore. He's a stranger. The man who was once my hero is now a total monster. I wish I could go back to the beginning of this call. The end of this conversation is a place I never wanted to be.
It's a strange thing, this feeling. I don't even like the oldest boy. He hurt my nephew. He's caused so much pain. But that doesn't mean what my brother did is okay. It's not. It doesn't give him the right to hurt a kid. I don't have to like him to know what's right. It's an awful situation. I just feel so sick thinking about it. He used to stand up for me, and now he's doing this. It's just not right. It's not fair to the kids. My brother's lucky he's 16 hours away. If he were here, I don't know what I'd do. What he's doing is absolutely inexcusable. There's no way to defend it, no way to make it right. It's a line you don't cross, and he crossed it. He didn't just cross it, he ran right over it, laughing. It feels like a point of no return. My brother is a stranger now, locked inside his own mind, and he's dragging 2 kids into his prison. I'm just seething. I don't know what to do with this information. This isn't really new. I'm trying to tell myself that. He's always been a tough dad. He'd make the kids do these military exercises for punishment. It felt wrong then, but it wasn't this bad. Not like this. He's just gotten worse. It's like a path he's been on for years, and now he's at the end of it, the end of the road. I've known him my whole life. I thought I knew him, but I didn't see this coming. The memories of our childhood are all scrambled in my head. He's always been this way. I just didn't want to see it. My entire childhood, from elementary to high school, I was bullied. I was the kid who got picked on. I can still feel it, that knot in your stomach, the shame. It's the reason I'm so angry about this. I know what that feels like. I lived it. And now he's doing it to his own son. He's become the bully, the very thing he once saved me from. It's so messed up. I just can't get over how he's forgotten what that felt like. How could he? That memory is my emotional anchor, my brother standing up for me on the playground. It's what I've always held on to. It's why I've always thought he was a good person, a good protector. But now I see that he didn't actually help. It never stopped the bullying. I was still that kid with the knot in his stomach. He didn't fix it, he just made a show of fixing it. And now he's hurting someone else's kid to make a show of his power. It's a painful thing to see. My hero was never really a hero. He was always a bully. He just chose his targets.
It was all just for show. He stood up to those bullies and he thought it helped, but it didn't. They just came back when he was gone. He didn't get that. I tried to tell him once. I explained that it didn't change anything for me. He just said we'd have to agree to disagree. Like my being bullied was an opinion. It's a fact. It's what he's doing to his son now. He's not fixing the problem. He's just making a show of being in charge. He's pretending to be a hero when he's just a bully. A bully who locks his kids away. That agree to disagree line, it still makes me so mad. He was talking about my life, my feelings. It wasn't a choice. It wasn't an opinion. It was what happened to me. He just wrote it off like it was nothing. I remember the stale, tight feeling in my throat when he said it. I couldn't breathe. It's like he was trying to lock away my memories. He didn't just hurt me then, he's hurting me now by acting like none of it was real. He doesn't get to do that. He doesn't get to rewrite my story. Like what? How do you disagree with a fact? It's not an opinion. I was bullied. It happened. My brother has this crazy way of seeing things, a way that's so wrong. He lives in his own world, a world where he's always right. He's so full of himself. He thinks he knows everything, even about my own life. He's completely delusional. This is just part of it, this twisted belief that he's the hero, when he's just hurting people. He's always been like this. It's just more clear now. My old hero is a liar. He's a bully. You know, our own dad was tough. He was emotionally abusive. By today's standards, some of the stuff he did would be physical abuse. But back then it was just normal. He was a product of his time, I guess. It's hard to talk about. My brother's acting just like him. He's doing the same things, only worse. It's like he learned all the bad parts and none of the good ones. The cycle is just going on and on. I wish he could see that. He's becoming the person we both swore we would never be. He's becoming our dad, but even worse. This is the part that's hard to understand. I love my dad with all my heart. He did things that were wrong, really wrong. But he was also a good dad in other ways. He did a lot of things right. It's not a simple story. It's not a matter of good or bad. It's complicated. I'm proud of who I am because of him, in some ways. I'm a good person, even with all that baggage. I've learned from his mistakes. But my brother? It's like he learned all the wrong things.
My dad is my gold standard. He's the perfect example of what to be and what not to be. He showed me how to be tough, but he also showed me how to be kind. I'm proud of who I am, and I'm proud of how I was raised, because I learned from it. I learned from his mistakes. I became better because of them. I've always thought that was the point. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get a little better. You're supposed to learn from the past. Our dad did a lot of wrong, but he did a lot of things right, too. I'm proud of who I am. I'm a good person. I know that because I've worked hard to be. I took what I learned from my dad, the good and the bad, and I built myself into someone better. Someone who knows what's right. That was always the goal. That's what we're supposed to do. I always thought my brother felt the same way, that we were on the same team. I was so wrong. I was proud of us. Now I'm just ashamed. We always had this understanding, this silent promise. We were supposed to do better than our fathers, to be better, even if it was just a little. That was the whole point of our lives. We lived through all of that, and we were supposed to grow from it. We were supposed to become people who would never do what was done to us. That was our creed, our sacred oath to ourselves and to the future. I've kept my end of the deal. He hasn't. He broke the promise. He shattered the one thing that mattered. We're supposed to be better than our fathers. We're supposed to take the pain and turn it into something good. I thought we were doing that. I was proud of who I was. And then I heard his words. I just sat there. I couldn't say anything. This isn't better. This is so much worse. The punch, the codes, the lies, it's all a symbol of how much worse he is. The phone call just ended, Now I'm left with all of this. All I wanted was to talk to my brother, the man who was my hero, and instead he showed me the monster he's become. The phone call just ended. I don't even know who hung up. I'm just sitting here, holding my phone. It feels so heavy. The silence is so loud. It's like there's a hole in me where my brother used to be. The person I knew is gone. The man who was my hero. He's just gone. It's hard to wrap my head around it. The conversation we just had was so normal, and then it turned into this. I'm just sitting here with an empty space in my hand and a hole in my heart.
That feeling won't go away. The one he said he was trying to give his son. The one about being punched in the stomach. I can feel it. It's a phantom punch, but it's real. It feels like he's hitting me. He's hurting me now, too. He's hurting us both. All the things I thought I knew about him, all the memories of him being my protector are gone now. He's just a bully who's punching a kid. He didn't just hurt his son, he hurt me too. And there's nothing I can do about it. His voice keeps replaying in my head. The only way to stop a bully is to bully him back. It's just an echo now, a nasty, horrible echo. It's stuck in my brain. He said it with so much confidence, like he was a wise man giving advice. But it's not wisdom, it's an excuse to hurt someone, to hurt his own kid. It's a new sound in my head, a new piece of my trauma. I wish I could turn it off. I can still hear the punch, too. The echo of the punch. It's a sound I'll never forget. I can see it so clearly in my head. A house with key cards on every door. The two boys are kept apart. My brother's building a home that's a prison, not for a criminal, but for his own kids. I picture them separated, each in their own part of the house. They're just kids, they're just prisoners. He's not trying to help them, he's trying to control them. He's putting them in a cage, and I'm just sitting here 1,000 miles away, knowing it's happening. My family is divided. He's made a monster out of his oldest son. He's made a victim out of his youngest son. He's made a stranger out of me. What if I don't do anything? What if I just let this happen? My mind goes to a dark place. I can see the future so clearly. The abuse getting worse. The boys getting hurt, getting scarred for life. What's happening now is bad enough, but it's just the start. The lock is already on them. What happens if I just let this happen? What kind of person would that make me? I don't know what to do with this information. I feel this shame, like I'm a bystander, like I'm the one who's doing something wrong by not doing something. I just can't get past this feeling, the sense of guilt. If I stay quiet, I'm just letting it happen. It's like I'm giving him my permission. My silence is a stamp of approval. I'm letting my brother get away with being a monster. It's what he's always wanted, to be right no matter what. But he's not right. And I can't let him think he is. I can't be complicit. I can't let the cycle continue. I won't let another kid get hurt. It's too much. It's too much. I can't just sit here.
I know I can't just sit here. I have to do something. But what? What can I do? I'm at a crossroads. Every choice I make is bad. If I do nothing, those kids get hurt. If I do something, I'm blowing up my family. I'm telling people my brother, the man who was my hero, is a monster. I'm betraying him. It's a lose-lose situation. It feels like a lock on my life. I'm trapped. There is no right answer. It's just a choice between bad and worse. And I have to choose. I have to decide what kind of person I'm going to be. When I think of what to do, I keep seeing my nephew's face. He's just a boy. I see myself in him. I see my own younger self, the kid who was bullied, the kid with the stale, tight feeling in his throat. He's going through it now. He's living the same thing I did. And my brother,
The man who was my hero is doing it to him. It's a different kind of violence, but it's still violence. It's abuse. I can't let him live through that. I can't let him feel what I felt. I can't be that person who just watched it happen. He deserves better than that. We all do. I look down at the phone in my hand. It's trembling. I don't know if it's my hand or the phone. It's just a device. But it's also the thing that gave me this information. The thing that's forcing me to do something. It feels like a weapon now. I could use it to save my nephew, or I could just put it down and pretend none of this ever happened. It feels like a huge betrayal. I've always had my brother's back, but this is different. This is too much. This phone is a bridge to the right thing, and a tool to betray the one person who was my hero. I haven't done anything yet. I haven't made a call. I haven't told anyone. But I've already made the decision. I can't just stand by. I can't be that person. I can't pretend I didn't hear what I heard. I know what I have to do. The emotional shift has happened. I'm a different person now. The man who was my hero is gone, and he's not coming back. There's no turning back. I have to do something. For those kids, for me, for the person I always thought we both were. I have to stand up. This changes everything. Our relationship is over. There's no going back from this. The brother I knew, the one I looked up to, is gone. The bond we had, the one where he was my protector, is completely shattered. It's like I'm looking at a stranger. The man on the phone, the one who was my hero, is a monster. He's a new person now. There's no way I can ever see him the same way again. The call didn't just end. It ended our relationship. It ended the brother I knew. I'm looking at my keys on the table. 16 hours away. The distance used to feel like a good thing, a barrier. But now it's just a long drive. A drive I might have to make. It's a journey I have to take to do what's right. I can't just let this be. I can't just let my brother get away with this. I'm just looking at my keys, thinking. The call, the one that broke our relationship, has become a roadmap. It's not just a journey, it's a mission, and I have to take it.